Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. So, today we're actually diving into a pretty foundational truth. Knowledge is true power. We're going to unpack a brilliant piece of timeless wisdom and, apply it directly to your professional growth. I absolutely love learning about how these ancient concepts map so perfectly onto our modern daily work. And this source material, it does exactly that. We're going to explore a story that seems super simple on the surface, but man, it holds a profound lesson about how we approach our jobs, our challenges, and specifically our mastery of KPK, our key process knowledge. That's the core operational know-how that literally drives everything we do. So get comfortable and let's get right into it.
Okay, I want you to really think about this for a second. Is it better to receive a daily gift or to learn how to earn it yourself? I mean, would you rather have someone just hand you the solution every single time you face a problem? Or is it better to put in the time, the sweat, and the effort to learn how to earn it yourself? Human nature often pulls us toward the easy route. When we're busy or stressed or facing a tight deadline, being handed a quick fix feels like an absolute lifesaver. But as we're going to see, that comfort, it comes at a very steep, hidden cost.
To understand this dynamic, let's look at the story of the youth who bought fish, a classic tale of dependency.
So, consider this young man. Every single day, he goes to an experienced elder fisherman and just buys his daily catch. On the surface, it's a flawless transaction, right? The young man gets exactly what he needs to survive, and he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. He doesn't have to wake up before dawn, he doesn't have to study the tides, and he absolutely doesn't have to deal with the frustration of pulling up an empty net. It is incredibly comfortable. But here's the catch, pun intended. His entire existence, his daily sustenance, is completely in the hands of someone else's expertise. If that fisherman isn't there tomorrow, well, the young man goes hungry.
Fortunately, the elder fisherman recognized this dangerous dependency, offering the fisherman's great advice, a truly valuable gift.
He looked at the young man and said, "I can give you fish every day, but if you learn to catch fish, it'll help you for a lifetime." It's such a simple, elegant piece of advice, isn't it? Yet it totally shatters the young man's comfortable routine. The elder fisherman is essentially telling him, look, I'm actually holding you back by simply giving you what you want. The real value isn't the fish itself. The real value is the capability. This is a massive paradigm shift. It completely transforms the young man's perspective from seeking a daily handout to seeking permanent empowerment.
And the best part? The young man didn't just nod politely. He embraced growth and practice by taking real action. This brilliantly illustrates the actual path to mastery. First up, he starts with guided learning with the elder. He doesn't just go out and figure it out blindly. He leverages the elder's expertise to learn the right techniques. Second, and honestly this is where most people quit, he engages in daily independent practice. He goes out there and tries it himself, undoubtedly making a ton of mistakes along the way. But through that friction, he reaches step 3, confident, unassisted fishing. Within a few months, he's completely self-reliant. And the ultimate proof of his mastery? Step 4, he eventually starts teaching others, passing the knowledge forward. He's gone from a dependent consumer all the way to a master and a mentor.
Okay, so how does this build into our reality today? Let's pivot and talk about KPK and self-learning, and start applying this lesson.
When we map this story onto our own professional lives, the parallels are pretty striking. Think about it. The old habit of relying only on your team leaders for answers? That is exactly like buying the fish every day. Sure, it solves the immediate problem, but it keeps you entirely dependent. You're just borrowing their expertise. Instead, true self-reliance means committing to direct understanding and self-learning. It's about grabbing the fishing pole yourself. By truly owning your key process knowledge, you stop waiting for someone else to untangle the net for you. So, the roadmap to mastery here is really clear. First, learn your KPK with guidance from your team leaders and upper leaders. Notice it doesn't say ignore your leaders, right? Just like the young man needed the elder fisherman to show him the ropes, you should absolutely use your leadership team as guides. Second, continuously practice self-learning. That is the daily, independent effort. And third, do not depend solely on others. You've got to break that habit of defaulting to someone else the second you face a challenge. Why? Because when you gain direct understanding, you can make correct decisions with absolute clarity and confidence. You aren't guessing, and you aren't waiting around. You just know. Which brings us to the core philosophy here, true power, where knowledge is the ultimate key.
Knowledge is true power, literally. When you possess a deep, direct understanding of KPK, you hold the power in your role. Because true power, it isn't about titles, it's about capability. It's about being completely unshakable in your decision-making, because your confidence is built on a rock-solid foundation of personal mastery, not borrowed wisdom.
When you commit to the difficult but incredibly rewarding path of self-learning, you transform yourself into an invaluable asset. You no longer just survive the workday, you command it. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. Are you going to keep waiting for fish, comfortably relying on your team leaders every single time you face a hurdle? Or will you take the initiative, do the hard work, and learn to fish for yourself today? The choice to master your key process knowledge and unlock your true power is entirely in your hands. So, what will you choose?